the London town. Bank things in the London. Man, I got bad man in the London town. Bad man in the London. Man, I got bank things.
Hi everyone, welcome back to We Plug Good Music TV. My name is Ayo and you're tuned in to the AFROBEATS debate episode 7. Now I know it's taken me quite a while to come back here, but thank you for your patience and glad that you're still with us. Let's get right into it. So last night I was down at the listening session for Adekunle Gold's sophomore album titled About 30. And what I will say from the jump is that it's a very musically diverse album. It mixes several genres into this album, from R&B to Fuji to high life to Afrobeats, the proper Afrobeats. And so it has everything for everyone, and you know that may not always be a good thing because some listeners are trying to find a direct theme that runs through an album. Having said that though, the one theme that will definitely stand out for you and for listeners is that the album was mostly recorded live, and so if you're into that live music, that live sound, you will definitely enjoy this album. You know, so one thing to add as well, from the top of my head, the 4 or 5 tracks that stood out for me from that first listen are Down With You featuring a UK R&B singer called Dio, Money, Fame, and also Pablo Aloriki, but I'm sure that when you get to listen to the album you'll find your own favorite tracks on there as well. I don't think it is as good as his debut album Gold, but I think that his fans will definitely like this. It's a definitely good record and I can't wait to listen to it properly and get the full gist and let it marinate with me. The album is out on May 25th, so make sure that you go out and you get that record. Massive congratulations to Starboy, the real Starboy, Wizkid himself, who has just sold out the O2 Arena, the main O2 Arena, not the Indigo at the O2, but the main O2 Arena for his Afrorepublik Festival, which takes place this Saturday, May the 26th. It promises to be a massive show. It has a stellar lineup, which includes Tiwa Savage, Techno, Mr. Easy, Malik Berry, Young Bane, Notes, and of course Wizkid himself, who will be headlining. So to the fans, congratulations if you have a ticket. It's going to be a massive show. You will be blown away. And for those that do not have a ticket, like myself, commiserations. We'll have to find a way to watch it online or something, or we'll have to make sure that we get down there next year. So once again, massive congratulations to Wizkid, who by all accounts is the first Afrobeats artist to sell out the main O2 Arena. So the fans are going to be in for a treat. This is legendary history in the making, groundbreaking for the culture, groundbreaking for Afrobeats itself. So definitely enjoy yourself, and once again, massive congratulations to Wizkid, Starboy, well done. So the nominations for the BET Awards Best International Act have just been announced. This year the BETs are doing something slightly different. They have merged the Best International Act UK and the Best International Act Africa into one main award, Best International Act, period. What is even better is that this year the award will be presented on the main stage in the main show, which is what many UK and African acts have been complaining about in previous years. So it seems like the BETs are finally getting their act together and moving forward with the culture as well. And you know, this sounds like a good thing for me, especially the merger of the 2 awards, because now you have to really have had an amazing year to be nominated. So whereas previously we had 10 artists being nominated for the Best International Act Africa and 10 other artists being nominated for the Best International Act UK, now we have only 10 artists across UK, across Africa, and across Europe. And so the nominations list is now tighter and definitely harder to get on, which is definitely a good thing from my own understanding. However, not everybody is happy about this new development because apparently no Ghanaian artists have made the list this year in the Best International Act. And you know, it's fair that the Ghanaian artists and their fans are a bit upset about that, but let's take a look at the nominees list and see if any Ghanaian artist has really made so much of an impact to get on the list this year. So from Africa, we have 5 nominees. We have Davido and Tiwa Savage representing Nigeria. We have Casper Nyovest and Destruction Boys representing South Africa. And we have Fally Ipupa representing Congo. Now, you can say what you want about Destruction Boys. Granted, I didn't know much about them before filming this, but one quick search on YouTube will show you that their videos are racking in numbers. They have millions and millions of views and fans, and so you could say that they merit an inclusion on the list this year. But what I will say, or what cannot be argued, is the inclusion of Davido, Tiwa Savage, Casper Nyovest and Fally Ipupa, who have had an amazing past 12 months, even going back to 18 months. And so those 4 artists, you cannot deny or argue against their inclusion. Now, as for the Ghanaian artists that I see being brought up in this conversation, we have Stonebwoy, we have Sarkodie, and we have Shatta Wale, who have all had pretty good years. I cannot argue with that, but compared to Davido, Tiwa Savage, Casper Nyovest and Fally Ipupa, I would say not so much. And so the only argument that can be made is whether either of these 3 artists, Stonebwoy, Sarkodie or Shatta Wale, is more deserving of a spot than Destruction Boys. You know, I would think that fans of all of these artists can make a case for their own artist as to who gets the slot. Personally, I think that the artists from Africa that have been nominated make a strong list. It is debatable about whether Destruction Boys should be on there over Shatta Wale or Sarkodie or Stonebwoy, but the rest of the list, no arguments there. It cannot be compared. I think that Davido, Tiwa Savage, Casper Nyovest and Fally Ipupa have had an amazing year. They deserve the BET Award nomination, and we should all be happy because for the first time the International Act Award will be presented as you all have been clamoring for. That award will now be presented on stage on the main show, and going forward, being nominated for a BET Award will have some prestige to it because you have 10 artists that making the list. These are the 10 best artists across UK, Europe. But this is just my opinion. You guys let me know what you think in the comment section, and we can definitely carry on the conversation there. And in other news, Nigerian pop artist Kiss Daniel has officially changed his name to Kiss Daniel. Basically just changing the 2 S's on the end of Kiss to Z, depending on how you pronounce that. So he has gone from Kiss as in Kiss to Kiss as in Kiz. Apparently he had to make this change because his former label G Worldwide have the trademark on his stage name Kiss Daniel, and so now he's going by Kiss Daniel. I'm not sure how much my knowledge of trademark goes, but I think that if you have trademarked a name, that also covers a likeness or the likeness of that name. So Kiss Daniel, or as he is now known, Kiss Daniel with 2 Z's, may not be out of the woods yet, but we'll keep you posted on how that news develops. What I just heard this morning on my way here, Mr. Easy has released 2 new singles, which were posted on his YouTube this morning. The first one is titled Overload, which features Mr. Real and Slim Case, and the second one is titled London Town, which features UK rap legend Giggs. Both tracks are taken from his forthcoming EP, which is titled Life is Easy Volume 2, Lagos to London. And speaking of EPs, there are quite a few EPs that have come out from African music lately that I need to check out. The first one being Victoria Kimani's new EP titled Afropolitan. Also Mode 9 and producer Kid Connect released a joint EP titled Long Story Short. And most importantly of all, for me personally, is the new EP from Ajebota 22 and Budge titled Making No Cause Fight, which is high on my list of EPs to check out this weekend. As for what I've been listening to lately, to be honest with you, not a lot from the Afrobeat scene, but what I can tell you is that the new Milestone record featuring Wizkid titled Immediately, that is a fire record. I've been hearing that up and down the streets lately. Also, Tiwa Savage's new single, Tiwa Savage, that's a vibe as well. That has been on my playlist all week. And thirdly, Olamide's new track featuring Wizkid titled Kana. So those 3 tracks I can definitely recommend. You should definitely add them to your playlist and definitely check them out. So there you have it, guys. We have come to the end of the Afrobeats Debate episode 7. I hope you liked the show. Make sure you leave comments to let me know what you thought, and also definitely like, definitely share, definitely subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week.
In the London town, back things in the London, man, I got bad.